Namaste everyone, and welcome to part 2 of Wednesday Anchor the Light meditation. So before we start, let's ask for a blessing, shall we? See if it's working. Okay. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, you can pray to whoever you like. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokoksui, Maha Mailing, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for your compassionate, purifying light and soothing, healing energy. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. So, I hope you enjoyed the meditation this morning. We do our best at each meditation. We'll keep cranking up the frequencies to bring you higher and higher. Because oftentimes to do it ourselves without the energy of the group, you're meditating and before you know it, you go a little bit, and you go, okay, push you down. But with the energy of the group, especially the full moon just happened too, we're harnessing that energy as like propellant, we can go really high. Anyway, I was just reading some Chinese proverbs. And, some of them are pretty crazy, pretty wild, and probably don't apply. Some of them are quite interesting. One of them that I just read says, loving someone extends to the crows in their roof. Like crows, like birds. Okay. In other words, when you love someone, the way my teacher explained many years ago, he says, when you love someone, you have to take the whole package. You cannot say, oh, I like you, I love you because you're good looking, but you snore, so I don't like you anymore. In other words, once you commit to loving someone, whether they like it or not, you take the whole package. That's why the Chinese saying is like, when you love someone, it should extend to his roof. The crows in his roof, to the crap that crow, poops on your roof. That is included as part of the package. And oftentimes, we have a tendency to be, let's just say, very, very selective, which is good. It's good to be selective. But in the selecting process, once you make the commitment, you have to realize two things. One, you have to take the whole package. And the other thing is, people, just like everything else, is subject to change. And hopefully that interaction with you is changing towards something better. But sometimes it doesn't. And so there's going to be ups and downs, and part of life is really saying, oh, okay, I love you, but I do notice you have some stuff on your roof. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have some birds that poop on your roof. I don't love you anymore. It's the package. And I remember a message I was teaching something about relationship healing many years ago, and that was one of the things he was driving home to everyone in the class. He said, look, two things. One, put your hand like this. So all of us went like this. Okay, you guys try it. Put your hand like this. If you go like that, there's no friction, right? But the minute you go like this, there's friction. It says, okay. So when you're just dating, we'll just talk about romantic. Of course, this applies to almost everything. When you're just dating, you barely see the person. You see them once a week or once a month, whatever it is. Or in pandemic time, only by video, right? You have a tendency, or each person has a tendency to be at their best behavior, to be as whatever. You think, oh, it'd be good if I dress well, I speak well, or whatever it is that you think your perception of what the other person would like. And we go out of our way to be accommodating, right? Just like this. As they say in America, putting your best foot forward. You never get a second chance to make the first impression. All these different cliches that, you always hear. Then somehow you're now together, living together. Then you start noticing, yeah, I love this guy or I love this woman, but man, he snores. Or, he does not put the toilet seat down. Or, I don't know, some cockamania, whatever thing we start noticing. You don't notice these things because you barely see each other. You see each other for an hour, 2 hours. You spend some, on a weekend, whatever, getaway. But once you live together or you see each other so much, then you start sensing the difference. And I think that's one of the biggest, fallout, if you will, of the quarantine process, the lockdown in many countries is before you go to work, you come home, or the other person goes to work, come home. So by the time you see each other, it's like, okay, it's nice to spend time. But if you're with each other 24 hours a day, it's like, right? And I remember a message that said, And my teacher said, well, if there's friction, you need lubricant. The lubricant is love and forgiveness. And of course, when you say it in class, everybody say, oh, okay. But to actually live it and practice it is something else, right? All of us have been there. So that's why it's so important to put the two principles we talked about today, which is one, love is the lubricant, and number two, to accept them as they are. Accept them as they are. The mistake a lot of people make is like, when we get together, I'll change him. I'll change her. No, you get the package, you see the package ahead of time and say, okay, this is the package. I'll take the whole package. Worst case scenario, I'm okay with this. I know that sounds very negative. It sounds like a transaction. But the point is, the key is to understand that all this lovey-dovey feeling you have, like, oh yeah, we're going to be sailing across the world. All those good qualities, nice memories are great. They're wonderful. And you should look forward to them. But the reality is, not every day is going to be like that. You're going to encounter, some challenges, some problems here and there, and oftentimes it will really test the person's character and your character. And that's when the spiritual teachings come in. That's when you say, okay, we don't agree, we agree to disagree, but regardless, there's love and respect. And in the end, we're both souls that are evolving, and evolution involves what? Three things: time, process, and mistakes. That's just the way it is. So with that in mind, you have to go, okay, I love this person, including the birds on his roof or her roof. You take the whole package. It's easier if the spiritual practice is part of the ordeal, or part of the not the ordeal, it's part of the relationship. The question is why. If spiritual practice is not part of the relationship, here's what happens. Every time you get angry, either with your work, the other person, or whatever is going on, you build thought forms, thoughts and emotions in your aura and your chakras. And so does the other person. So as you interact every day, your auras are interacting like this. And so if this person has a lot of stress energy, thought forms and emotional forms, and this one maybe not as much, regardless, every time you're together, your auras are colliding. Your auras are merging. So if the auras are filled with stress energy, negative thoughts, negative emotions, just seeing each other, sounds familiar? That's why some of you have loved ones who come home and unload on you. Just, oh yeah, boom, and just emotionally vomits on you. Sounds familiar? Or you do it to the other person. Now, just in case you haven't figured out yet, what if that person has a way of releasing stress at work or wherever they go, and when they go home, they have a way to flush out what happened during the day. And to take it one step further, what if each person has a daily protocol or routine where in the morning they do certain spiritual practices to clean their energy field, to energize them, to put a shield or energy protection on. They go to work, at work, or wherever they go. They know how to flush stress out so it doesn't build up. When they come home, do a quick cleanup. So there's no negative emotion to build up. Otherwise, sometimes you just see each other and things explode. Not a single word he says. It's just like you look at the person, the other person's going, what did I do? Nothing. It's not about you. It's because essentially you're looking through this lens, or you're looking through this bubble, which are composed of our own thought forms. And what happens? You look at the other person, it's just like your windshield or your windscreen. If somebody put a thin layer of gray, a thin layer of blue, as you look out, everything has a gray or blue film. So if the aura is filled with anger, stress from work, even though the other person hasn't done a single thing, they're just there, you look at them, you're seeing them through this filter of anger, stress, and negativity from somewhere else. You think it's them, or you just feel it. Of course, in psychology, you call that projection. Of course, you can always say sorry, but the damage usually has been done. I'm sharing this with you because people don't think spirituality is part of a relationship. They think meditation is one thing, love and relationship is another thing. Nope. One affects the other. And I'm not just talking about romantic relationship, even between you and your siblings, you and your parents, you and your, who else? Grandparents, whoever it is that you interact with. Imagine you're in a bubble of light, so is the other person. This bubble of light called the aura is populated by our thoughts and emotions, whether from that day, from the week before, the night, the weekend before, a year before, it could be lifetimes before. Depends on how deep-seated they are. So if there's no way for you to do a quick flush, then guess what? You're walking around with a lot of thoughts and emotions that might drag you down. You call that emotional baggage. Yeah, baggage. Carrying a lot of stuff. Haven't you noticed after a deep meditation, you feel like, wow, it's so peaceful, so quiet, so light. As in, woo! Make sense? So I hope that gives you some perspective. Spiritual practice is not just belonging to a temple, a church, or I'm doing my meditation. It permeates every part of your life. And as you already know, it permeates your relationship. And every Friday we have emotional healing and also prosperity healing. Because we know your spiritual life definitely affects your prosperity. If you're always angry and upset, you have a tendency to make wrong decisions. And if the aura is dirty, there's a tendency to attract bad luck. So what do? Take a vacuum, suck it all out? No. You do something, you flush it out through meditation, spiritual practice. It's like taking a shower. A lot of people take a shower. All of us, well, depends on where you live. We do our best to take a shower every day. I personally take 2-3 a day. I don't like getting warm. If you think about it, your body didn't really get dirty. But why do you do it? Why do you shower? Hygiene. You don't want things to accumulate. So if you're willing to take a shower, physical shower, even though your body's not dirty, I mean, literally, come on. If you go to work, unless you're in construction or something that gets your hand physically, dirty or in mud, cement, or whatever, if you work in an office, you work at things that are not related to touching material things, you don't really get dirty. Yet you go, oh man, I need to take a shower. Or in the morning, I have to take a shower. Think about it. You're not really dirty, as in germs, bacteria, and everything else. Yet you take a shower. But you don't think about your energy body filled with stress and anger and negativity, being around certain people or people dumping on you, or when you're in challenging times, the thoughts and emotions you create. We don't think about that kind of dirt that sits in our energy field that makes us drink a lot of stimulants to just get going. And some of us use alcohol or substances to overcome it. What are you trying to do? You're trying to keep those influences, those thoughts and emotions and heaviness out of your consciousness. And where's that gotten you? I've known people who, they're very, very successful. So when they're in public, hey man, how you doing? Everything. In their private life, it's a mess. They smoke, they drink, they take drugs, they do all these things. All to do what? To deal with all these things floating in their energy field. That's why when we guide them in meditation, just one meditation, you go, wow, man. I remember one celebrity, I apologize, I can't say her name. She wants to keep it private. If I say her name, you definitely know her. Very, very, very famous celebrity. Came for healing. She just went through an emotional blow up with her boyfriend and all that stuff, and she came after class. I said, okay, have a seat. So I did pranic psychotherapy. I have no idea what it is, and the nice thing about pranic psychotherapy, we don't need details. I don't need to know what happened because I'm just the energetic janitor. I just do the cleanup job. So using electric violet in pranic psychotherapy, clean out the chakras, the thought forms in the aura, flush it all clean. By the time we're done, she goes, wow, I don't take drugs. But if I did, that's probably what it feels like. And that made me realize Oh, so a lot of these celebrities take drugs. Part of it is, of course, some of it's for the thrill. Some of it is to what? To just deal with life. That cleaning was about 25 minutes the most. Just using electric violet, specific protocols for removing stress, anger, and negativity. She was like floating. When I talked to her, she was like, what? When you're meditating, a similar thing happens. You have that waterfall of divine energy coming down, descending these negative thoughts, negative emotions, flushing it out. That's why when you're done, especially during the silence, most of the comments you say, I don't want to come back. Why did you have to pull me back? Because for once, unless you've been doing meditation, so still, so peaceful. Being still, being peaceful is a byproduct of an aura that's clean. Not because you put some substance into it. Okay? So everything in your life is affected by your spiritual path or lack of it. I see people whose life is in chaos. I look at them and they're so proud. Oh yeah, man, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in... Okay, good. That's fine. You don't have to believe. And then I look at their life, it's such a mess. They don't have a way to cope with it. So they use these substances. I was thinking, if these people just know a portion of what most of you know and practice it, their life will be transformed. So when we do these meditations and spiritual practice, it's not just because we want to experience love and peace and all those good energies, which is, of course, great. Another part of it, to get there, we do a lot of purification. And the technology of it is quite simple. You've heard me say this already before. I'll say it again. When we do the meditation, you bless the earth. Remember that? Be aware of your heart, your crown. Bless the earth with pink light, with golden light, and all that. If you were to clock it, in the meditation Twin Hearts, that's probably like 70 to 80% of the meditation, the blessing. And some people say, yeah, man, that's too long. Why don't we get to the Om, the silence, and all that stuff? Because that's really meditating. This thing, in fact, somebody complained to me before, are your meditations always with so many words? You talk too much. He didn't say it that way. I said talk too much, but I get what he's saying. Because the meditation he used to is like, you sit there and be quiet. And here we are doing meditation, may the earth be blessed, using even a prayer he doesn't believe in, prayer of St. Francis. Anyway, his mind's made up, so I don't want to change it with facts. But you guys are open, so I'll tell you. When you allow yourself to be an instrument and a channel to bless the earth, there's so many beings on the earth that are in turmoil. When we allow ourselves to be a channel or the pipeline for these blessings to flow through, as that energy flows through us, it's cleaning us up. So as it cleans out our junk from the aura, by the time you put your hands down, visualize the point of light, the flame, the sun, miniature sun or star, and chant Om, you notice by then your emotions, thoughts are already very quiet because it already has been purified. Now, if I went straight to it, okay, close your eyes, imagine a flame on top of your head, chant Om, most of you will be squirming. Where was the light? Because you didn't go to the cleaning process. So, don't be like me. When I first started, I remember when I was just teaching the meditation Twin Hearts, I'm going, may the earth be blessed. Okay, who else needs blessing? Okay, you're blessed already. Come on, let's go to the real meditation stuff. Yeah, I was a terrible student. Many years later, he released a CD. They're still around, the meditation Twin Hearts. Everyone's going, he's trying to put you in the meditation. He guides you in the meditation. May every person, every being. I was getting bored. I go, okay, with all due respect, teacher, this is taking too long. So I would fast forward. Yeah, I was terrible. So don't do what I did. Because at that time, I had too much ego. And he never explained, he hasn't explained the purpose of it. I thought it was just one of those things to just make the CD longer. Make the meditation longer. I didn't realize that 70-80% of the meditation, which was boring to me, was actually the part of the meditation that was doing the cleansing, right? Filling my aura with love, peace, and joy, and all the high frequencies. And it's the one that generates good karma. So by the time I get to the silence, the Om and the silence, my aura is already clean. I'm already energetically connected. The pipe is already bigger. And I'm karmically entitled for peace because I've been blessing someone with peace and love. You know, sometimes we think we're so smart, we're actually so dumb. So, you decide. Because I know some of you go, man, this meditations, you know, how am I so long to bless the earth, you know? I'm not doing it for the earth, I'm doing it for me. That's your first mistake right there. Because literally, it is in giving that you receive. Just think about it. All right, shall we? To the Divine Supreme One, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Maha Guju Mailing, we thank you for divine light, divine love, guidance, help, and protection. Thank you for opening our hearts, our minds, our souls to divine love and mercy, that we may share it with every person, every being on earth. In full faith, so be it. All right. Tap your heart, tap your crown, raise your hand like this. Be aware of your heart, say our hearts are one. Be aware of your crown, say our crowns are one, our souls are one, there's only oneness. So be aware of your heart. Imagine beautiful pink light from your heart flowing through your hands and filling the entire earth. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, let me sow love. Unconditional love. No expectations. Thank you for using me as your channel and instrument to bless every person, every being with peace and with love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, faith, where there's despair, hope. May all who are suffering in any way, anywhere in the world, be blessed with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, and a better life. So be it. Beware of your heart and your hands, literally just flood the earth with so much pink light. So be it. Where there is darkness, let me sow light. And where there is sadness, let me sow joy. Just be still, allow your heart and your hands to simply be pipelines and channels to bless the earth with peace, with love, with forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and joy. So be it. So be it. So be it. Just keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just be still. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown. Exhale and stay there. Be aware of your crown in your hands and fill the earth with golden light. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and kindness. Let all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. May all be blessed without exception. So be it. So be it. Just flood the earth with golden light, unconditional love, mercy, and compassion. Bless your family, your friends, just saturate them with golden light. And let it spread throughout the entire earth. So be it. Now, gently be aware of your heart and your crown. Take a deep breath. Exhale, imagine golden light just pouring out of our hands and filling the entire earth. From the center of the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being. May every person, every being in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, may every sentient being in every direction, every dimension, all of them, be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace, inner healing, with emotional, physical and financial healing. Let all be blessed with understanding, with harmony, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. May all be blessed. So be it. So be it, and so it is. Blessings be to all. Just say, our hearts are one, our crowns are one, our souls are one. And in this oneness, may all be blessed with peace, with love, and with kindness. So be it. We are one. We are one. Now gently lower your hands on your lap. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue just connected to the roof of your mouth for the connection. And a few inches above your crown, imagine a beautiful golden star. Just like a beautiful golden star in the night sky, radiating light in every direction. Simultaneously be aware of the love within your heart. Send the stream of love from your heart up to the crown and into that golden flame. And stay there. Again, be aware of your heart. All the love you can muster, all of it, gently rising to your crown, higher past your crown, and entering that golden star now. Your entire being is now inside that golden light. You're not the body, you're not the emotion, you're not the thoughts. The real you is the soul, the spiritual self, a being of pure energy and light. That is your true nature inside that beautiful golden light. Be still and listen. Your entire awareness is just floating deeper and deeper, drifting deeper and deeper into that golden ocean of light, in that beautiful golden star. Be still. Allow your consciousness to literally dissolve into that golden light. You, the spiritual self, you, the soul, are immersed in brilliant light. So much brilliant light. And that brilliant light is raising in frequency. It's being raised higher and higher. The frequency is rising higher, higher, higher frequency. Even higher frequency. Just let it happen. The entire frequency and vibrations rising higher, higher, higher. Om Ahum. Let go. Now. will take you even higher. Let go. Let go. Into the light. You are that light. Gently, very slowly, move your fingers, move your toes. Very gently and slowly slide back to your physical body now. And just wiggle your fingers and your toes. That allows you to slide back into the body. Raise your hands in blessing. Visualize the earth in front of you, including your loved ones, your friends, people you work with. Fill all of them with beautiful golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with prosperity, and spiritual oneness. So be it. Just flood them all with golden light. May it transmute any negative emotions, negative thoughts that they have. May it transmute any anger and resentment into love, kindness, and forgiveness. So be it. So be it. Now aim your hands down. Be aware of your hands, your feet, and the base of your spine. Fill the earth below you with golden light. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it, and so it is. All right, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme One, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Maha Guji Mailing, we thank you for your immense blessings in full faith, and so it is. All right. I think if you're sensitive enough, you might have noticed that the frequency is even higher. So each time we do this, we just keep cranking it up. And that's the beauty of the whole thing. Once you understand energy, you can be wherever you are, and you just keep having your soul, your spiritual self tune into something even higher. Right then, you don't have to go anywhere. You can experience the higher worlds, if you will, which is, different dimensions higher. In other words, it's higher frequency. It's beyond length, width, height. Sorry? Length, width, depth or height. And it just keeps going up. So the higher dimensions are basically different dimensions of consciousness. Just like the emotional world vibrates at a certain dimension or frequency, and you have the mental world. Then you have different spiritual worlds above that. Intuitive plane and this plane and that plane, and there's so many of them. All right, I think I've done my job. So on Friday, we're doing prosperity healing and emotional healing. Make sure you have your saltwater bucket to get rid of a lot of that emotional, mental stuff that we have. And in 2 weeks, I know a lot of you missed it last time, we're teaching this class again, the spiritual essence of man, which at that time, man means humanity, okay? The chakras and the inverted tree of life. There's actually going to be a short introductory workshop that's going to be playing. I'll just post it there soon so you guys can watch it, where we talk a little just an introduction on these. Now, the interesting part is the tree of life is present not just in the Jewish tradition, like, this one is the Jewish tradition. You see that, right? It's in pretty much every tradition. The Chinese have it, the Hindus have it, the Irish have their tree of life. Every spiritual tradition have the tree of life, because the tree of life, it tells you that, okay, there's roots where you get the nutrients. There's a, what I call delivery system, right, which are the different channels. And then there's the effect of bearing fruit, bearing flowers, and so on and so on. So we're spiritually connected, right? That's your root. And it flows through the different bodies. And then as we go to each lifetime in incarnation, you have to use that energy, those nutrients, in order to bear fruit, which is called spiritual evolution.